Nicolas Cage and Lieutenant Robert M. Smith. This photo from 1870 shows a Civil War soldier who is a carbon copy of the actor. Is Cage a time traveler? Footballer Mesut Ozil and Enzo Ferrari. The founder of Ferrari died on August 14, 1988. Just 2 months later, on October 15th, Ozil was born. Reincarnation or pure chance? Liam Neeson and a young Fidel Castro. Castro was the leader of the Cuban Revolution and ruled Cuba for decades. Actress Kathy Bates and William Howard Taft. Taft served as the 27th U.S. president from 1909 to 1913. Rapper Eminem and Roman Emperor Alexander Severus. Severus ruled Rome from 222 to 235 A.D. Peter Dinklage and Sebastian de Mora. De Mora was a 17th century court dwarf for the King of Spain. Matthew McConaughey and Dr. Andrew Sanders. Sanders was a physician in the late 19th century. Justin Timberlake and an unidentified man from the 1800s. This vintage portrait shows a person with the singer's exact eyes and facial structure. Jack Black and Paul Revere. Revere was a famous silversmith and a hero of the American Revolution. Maggie Gyllenhaal and Rose Wilder Lane. Lane was a 20th century journalist and the daughter of Little House on the Prairie author Laura Ingalls Wilder. Ellen DeGeneres and Henry David Thoreau. Thoreau was a famous 19th century philosopher and the author of Walden. Actor Hugh Grant and legendary writer Oscar Wilde. Wilde was an iconic 19th century Irish playwright and poet. Orlando Bloom and Nicolae Grigorescu. Grigorescu was a famous 19th century Romanian painter. Sylvester Stallone and Pope Gregory IX. Michael Cera and Doña Carmen Arconada. This portrait by Spanish painter Ignacio Zuloaga depicts a woman with the actor's exact facial features. Keanu Reeves and Paul Mounet. Mounet was a 19th century French stage actor. Adam Shulman and William Shakespeare. Shakespeare was a 16th century dramatist. Many find his resemblance to Shulman striking, especially since both shared their lives with an Anne Hathaway. Johnny Depp and Arthur Schopenhauer. Schopenhauer was a famous 19th century German philosopher. Rupert Grint and Sir David Wilkie. Wilkie was a prominent 19th century Scottish painter. Mark Zuckerberg and Philip IV of Spain. Philip was the 17th century monarch of the Spanish Empire. Jay-Z and an unknown man in Harlem. This 1939 photograph from the New York Public Library features a resident who is a perfect dead ringer for the rap icon. Jack Gleason and Emperor Caligula. Caligula ruled Rome from 37 to 41 AD and became infamous as a cruel tyrant. Comedian George Carlin and Charles Darwin. Darwin was the 19th century English naturalist who pioneered the theory of evolution. Michael Jackson and an ancient Egyptian bust. This 3,000-year-old limestone statue from the New Kingdom era features the exact same facial structure as the King of Pop. Jimmy Fallon and Mahir Çayan. Çayan was a prominent Turkish communist activist and revolutionary leader in the late 1960s. Shia LaBeouf and a young Albert Einstein. Einstein was the world-famous physicist who developed the theory of relativity. John Travolta and an unidentified man from the 1860s. Leonardo DiCaprio and Judy Zipper. This 1960s school yearbook photo features a young student with the actor's exact smile and facial structure. Eddie Murphy and an unidentified man from the late 1800s. Brad Pitt and Hermann Rorschach. Rorschach was a Swiss psychiatrist famous for creating the ink blot test. Matt Damon and Ivan Kozetov. Kozetov was a legendary Soviet fighter pilot and the highest-scoring Allied ace of World War II. Chuck Norris and Vincent van Gogh. Van Gogh was the legendary 19th-century Dutch painter. Andrew Garfield and Leon Trotsky. Trotsky was a Marxist revolutionary and theorist who played a central role in the Russian Revolution of 1917. Alec Baldwin is a dead ringer for Millard Fillmore. Fillmore was the 13th U.S. president, serving from 1850 to 1853. They share the exact same brow and jawline. Tommy Lee Jones and Andrew Johnson. Johnson served as the 17th U.S. president from 1865 to 1869. Adrian Brody and John Locke. Locke was an influential 17th century philosopher known as the father of liberalism. Jennifer Lawrence and Zubaida Tharwat. Tharwat was a legendary Egyptian film star in the 1950s. Queen Latifah and Zora Neale Hurston. Hurston was a celebrated author and anthropologist during the Harlem Renaissance. Sergio Ramos and young Stalin. Stalin was a Georgian revolutionary and the future leader of the Soviet Union. Jason Segel and Lee J. Cobb. Cobb was a legendary American actor, best known for his intense performances in 12 Angry Men and On the Waterfront. Bruce Willis and General Douglas MacArthur. MacArthur was a legendary five-star general who led Allied forces in the Pacific during World War II. Zac Efron and Leonard Whiting. Whiting is a British actor best known for his iconic role as Romeo in Franco Zeffirelli's 1968 film Romeo and Juliet. Robert De Niro and Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Rousseau was a Genevan philosopher, writer, and composer whose political philosophy influenced the progress of the Enlightenment throughout Europe. Are these just coincidences, or is time travel real? I want to hear from you. Which of these lookalikes was the most mind-blowing? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching until the very end. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing to support my work. It's a huge help for the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.